for the content. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. There's a guy sitting in a car right over there. And there's a lady walking her dog and she almost just fell right by the truck. The silence is real. There's two dogs. I'm just gonna stare at the floor. Every time I try to record a video, people come out of the car! So hi guys. Oh, it's a baby doggo. Oh my god, it spotted me. Oh. Okay, so moving on. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's been a month since I fucking uploaded a video because I'm an idiot. But anyway, I just wanted to drop some first trimester tips and advice and little tricks and little moments that I don't really know what to do with this information. So here. Oh, that dog looked at me again. Okay, so the first trimester for me was a little bit insanity, and there's a semi-truck backing up in the middle of the street, okay, and it was a little bit of insanity and wildness, but I made it. We're in our second trimester. We are here. So to start off, I just want to let you guys know, right now I believe I am, like 24, 23, 24, around 23 or 24 weeks pregnant. I do not remember because I'm exhausted. It has been raining and I slept all day. We cleaned yesterday, so like I could take a nap. That's one thing. You're always going to be tired. You're always going to want to take a fucking nap, and if you get the chance, fucking do it. But then again, I'm saying that, but I'm like, I could have taken a fucking nap in my car, but instead, I'm recording a video because I love you guys. And then, okay, so main tip of advice, when you're in your first trimester, you just found out that you're pregnant, biggest thing ever, start looking at OBGYNs, and do not think that you need to go to the same one that everybody around you went to. Do not think that you need to go to the exact one that, like, your family tells you to go to, and don't think you need to go to the very first one you find and, like, permanently stay there. I switched, at about, I want to say 15 weeks, around there. I switched OBGYNs because the one that I was going to was extremely unprofessional and she would not listen to me. She literally would like pick and choose at what she wanted to hear me say. And I know what you're probably thinking, like, bitch, you're being over dramatic. I'm not. I told her that I was nauseous, and I kept explaining to her how nauseous, because morning sickness is different for everyone, and some people, like me, have to get on a prescription because it's not just morning sickness, it's like bile reflux, which is a lot worse, but it is treatable and it's not bad. I was sick every morning. Like, there was no getting around it. I had overheat in the mornings. My stomach actually produced more bile throughout the night than it should have, and I actually did have to get on a prescription to level those balances out after I went to my second OBGYN and I was explaining everything to her. But you don't always have to go to the first one, and you want to look into all different OBGYNs in the area, because for all you know, you're going to be more comfortable with somebody that's 30 minutes away versus the person in your town, which is perfectly fine, because at the end of the day, you need to realize that the health of you and your baby trumps everything. Like, it trumps the, I can't travel. They will help you. There are ways, especially here in Texas, if you have the Texas Healthy Women, or if you just call, like, 411 or 211 and explain to them that you need to get to your doctor's appointment but you have no ability, they will actually, your doctors and your insurances, even if you have Medicaid, which is what I have, can find a way to get you to your doctor's appointment. So, like, there's that. So don't ever think that you've got to stay exactly where you are and stick to the one doctor that everyone uses, because I originally was going to, but then I realized that I've got a little bit different of a health past, and I just felt more comfortable with somebody who had dealt with people more like me, because I have Lyme disease, which I've had a blessing of a fucking pregnancy, because somehow it's like really diluted my Lyme disease down and cleared me up a little bit, and I've actually been so much better. I haven't had a seizure since I've been pregnant, which is a fucking blessing. And I don't know, like, I haven't been in as much pain, but here recently I've been in a lot more pain, but I'll explain that later. But some tips and advice. Okay, so whenever you're at your first trimester, you're going to be really emotional because you're finding out everything. You know, you're pregnant, especially if it's your first pregnancy, which is, this is mine. I was emotional as fuck. I was like, Oh, so this is normal? Okay, cool. Like, about everything, you know, and you want to ask all the questions. Don't be afraid to ask literally every fucking question you can. There is no reason why you should ever feel scared or afraid to ask your doctor a question, because at the end of the day, she's gonna prefer you to ask than to not ask, because that's what they're there for. They are the experienced ones on this adventure that you are in. They're like your scout leader. And the biggest thing is you want to know that whoever it is that you're working with cares about you and your baby and isn't just there for the paycheck or the I brought another life into the world feeling. I can't stand people like that. I really can't. But second thing, morning sickness. Now, morning sickness varies for everybody. Some people go their entire pregnancy without having morning sickness. Fuck you. No, not really. Some people have morning sickness like the week that they are pregnant, like the next 2-3 weeks, which is insane to me. I didn't start having morning sickness till about 8 weeks in. I want to say, like, a few weeks after I found out that I was pregnant, I started having morning sickness. And at first it was like normal morning sickness, and then I started getting too hot at night, and it just got worse and worse and worse. And my first doctor had nothing to do with it. Like, she would not listen to me. She was like, "Oh, just eat saltines and drink some Sprite." I would do that, and I would still be vomiting, like exorcist level vomiting. And I was like, so this isn't helping, and I'm not holding any food down, and I'm lightheaded, and I'm dizzy, and I want to fucking die. And she was like, "Oh, that's just morning sickness, just keep going." And so I got a different doctor, which helped me find out that I had bioreflux, and I already talked about that, but I actually got on prescriptions, which not everybody needs prescriptions, because not everybody says it's bad. Some people need the prescriptions to prevent the dehydration and malnutrition, because, morning sickness does suck. You do puke up a lot, but you've got to remember, you're puking up what you ate, and you're not the only one who needs the nutrients of what you've eaten, if that makes sense. And yeah, like, here's something else. Here's another thing. I was anorexic for years, and then I got pregnant. I was anorexic free for like 2 years before I got pregnant, so I'm not saying that like instantly, but I'm still seeing some negative effects of my anorexia coming through in my pregnancy, which sucks. It really does suck. But at the end of the day, you've got to kind of learn how to push through that. So if you think that you can't do it because you can't do this anymore because you have a mental disorder or an eating disorder or anything like that, please get help. Please go to your support systems, because at the end of the day, like I said, your health and your baby's health is what matters. Like, okay. Also, hospitals. You're in the first trimester. If you're watching this video, I'm assuming, you're either in your first trimester or you're one of my subscribers. Hey, guys. But if you're in your first trimester, you also want to start doing researches on hospitals. Now, a lot of different hospitals have different maternity wards, and they're done differently. Like, obviously the same, ethical wise, but one place might be like, one of the places might be like, you can have Jello while you're in labor, and one place might be like, oh, you can only have ice chips. Like, look into, and not for like the small shit like that. I also mean like how many people you can have in the room, what their birthing plan is. If you want to have a natural water birth, does that hospital accept it? Because I know a lot of hospitals don't, because natural water births happen in tubs, and a lot of the hospitals, they don't want to have to clean their fucking tubs. They're just, like, let's admit it, they don't want to have to clean their tubs and shit. So that guy finally left, so I'm scooting up a little. Stuff like that. Also, another thing you're going to want to look into during your first trimester is telling your workplace, your place of work, that you are pregnant and that you're going to have to go on maternity leave, and find out with your OBGYN and your workplace the maternity leave that your place offers, because some places only allow 6 weeks. Some people, they're like, oh, you can take a maternity leave for up to a whole year. Like, it depends, and you need to find out, because you need to find what's best and healthiest for you and your child. Also, what's good with your job. Because I have a lot of health issues, and my OBGYN was telling me about how after I give birth, the Lyme suppression that is happening right now could bounce back, and I could have to be in the hospital for like a week more just to help recover my body from the pain and shit that I'm gonna have back and the seizures and stuff, which will suck. It will suck. I will admit that. But, you know, at least I know now, and I've informed my work provider, and I've informed people of my life, like, here's what could happen. Just know. Also another thing in your first trimester, you might get excited and want to start buying baby stuff. I think I have like one drawer with like a blanket or two, some socks and stuff, and a lot of stuff that my sister gave me. One thing you've got to know, guys, and I've noticed this a lot, if you are around people who have kids, who have recently have kids, they are going to be like, hey, I've got this if you want it, accept it, because of the one and only fact that baby shit gets expensive. It really does, and you're gonna have to accept that. And like, I've already started buying wipes, which sounds weird, but like literally I've set it up to where at this paycheck, when we go grocery shopping, I'm going to pick 2 packs of wipes up, and then every paycheck, because I get paid weekly, is going to go towards 2 packs of wipes. Like, I'm going to get at least 2 packs all the way up to, like, you know, when I give birth, because obviously I'm not going to want to walk to the store and be like, oh, wipes. But start stocking up now. I've already got a case of diapers for my sister, and, you know, like, I'm like 5.5 months pregnant, and I'm not even fully aware of what all I need yet, but I've been getting stuff, and people have been like, oh, I have a lot of clothes if you want them. I've got a shit ton of baby clothes, because everybody around me recently had girls, and they're like, yeah, just take all my shit. So yeah, just let everybody around you know, and do not be afraid to actually set up your own registry, because I did, and I loved it, because you're actually able to go through and pick shit that you actually feel comfortable with. I know a lot of people are like, well, if I set up a registry, it sounds like I'm asking people for stuff. Okay, well, that's kind of what the fucking registry is, and you gotta accept that. And I mean, people are gonna try and buy you stuff regardless on if you're like, oh, well, this is what I need. They're still gonna be like, hey, I saw this the other day, thought about you, because my theme for the nursery is gonna be dragons, and I know everyone's probably like, dragons? And oh, what? I love dragons, and Andromeda is actually named after a dragon. So, there's that. Also, baby names. You're going to want to look at like 1,000 different baby names. Just know that you do not have to pick a fucking generic-ass baby name. There are, in America, like 10 names that are illegal to use, so don't, like, do a little research first. And just really, you know, sit there and think about it, because I think Nate actually came up with, like, her whole name, and I mean, I'm not sad or mad about that, because I'm sitting here like, I got nothing for a name, and he's like, I've got it, and I was like, I love it. So you never know, you never know how that's gonna go, but you really want to start looking into everything in your first trimester. And if you are in Texas, go up to the WIC office. I don't know if there's WIC in other states. I think there is. But go up to the WIC office, because, like, if you think you make enough to not have to have WIC, think about it like this. WIC is that one of those things of, they will let you know if you make too much. And if you make too much, that's cool. You don't have to get it. But if you don't make too much, you can get WIC. And that's milk, protein. That's everything that you need while you're pregnant. And the biggest thing behind it, from me at least, is I don't know half the shit that I need to have right now, and they will sit you down with a nutritionalist. Like, I have a nutritionist that I work with, but they will sit you down and they will set up everything that you need. And oh god, what is my next appointment? You guys, that's one of my favorite parts about WIC. Yeah, okay, I had to think about it. Is on your card that they give you, your WIC card, they put a little sticker with your next appointment date. So I've got mine coming up soon. I just realized that. Oh god. But go up to WIC, because they will help you. And if at the end of the day, if you don't want to go there, you know, and be like, oh, I want one of the WIC cards so I can get milk and bread and egg and cheese. If you don't want to do that, you can just go up there and be like, I want to sit down with a nutritionist. Go up to different places like this. You know, the hospital here in this town, every like Sunday they have an event for pregnant women, you know, and then the WIC office that I go to, they have events monthly, and they give away stuff like fucking car seats and breast pumps and shit like that, and that's shit that you need. Like, you don't think about it, and at the end of the day, kids are going to be expensive, and don't think of it as I'm taking from one other person, because you need it too. Like, unless you don't, then don't, you know, but like, if you need it, be real with yourself. Also, another big thing, if you are one of the people who are extremely scared and terrified about your pregnancy and about anything that could go wrong, stop Googling. Just stop Googling shit, because I Googled so much shit the first like 2 months I was pregnant. It was ridiculous. I was like, oh no, this happened. Am I gonna die? It's like, bitch, stop. That's one of the reasons that I carry around a journal, and you write down the question you have. Unless it is like an emergency needed, then you call your doctor or you go to the hospital, like one of those. But if it's just something small, write that fucking question down, take it with you up to your next appointment, and be like, so this happened on this date, and I was just wondering. Because I can guarantee you that WebMD is just going to give you a nightmare, or Google is just going to give you nightmares compared to your doctor looking at you and saying, that's a growing cramp, sweetheart, it happens. Trust me, I know. I was having cramps so bad. I drove to the emergency room, and I was like almost crying. I was like, you guys don't understand, there's something wrong. And they instantly pulled me to the back and took me to a room, and labor and delivery specialist came up in there. She goes, hi, I'm from labor and delivery. And I was like, am I in birth? I'm only this far along, I can't be in birth. And she goes, no, sweetheart, we're gonna, check. And they monitored and they watched and they did all this shit, and they were like, here's what's going on. You're having cramps from growing. Your uterus is expanding to accept life. And I was just like, thank you, this is embarrassing. Can I go? Like, instantly. Because, you Google these things and you're like, oh my God, it's going to be so much worse than it is. And I just want to let you guys know, it's not. Like, you guys just have to stay calm and remember that, like, at the end of the day, you're going to know, like, your body's going to tell you if something's actually wrong. And if you Google something and you start to think it's actually wrong, your body's going to get confused. And so are you. Anyway, this is the most sporadic video I think I've uploaded in a fucking minute. But I love you guys. I'm going to go. I don't think I have to go inside just yet. What time is it? Oh, I don't. I have time. I'm going to go and relax for a few minutes before I go to work. Bye. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you're excited for more lifestyle type videos. I think my channel is going to really evolve into that here soon, which I'm fine with, because let's go. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Become a member of the Panda Clan today. Follow me on all the social medias, and I hope you have a fantastic day. And if you are pregnant, congratulations. I hope it goes well and awesome, and I hope your morning sickness doesn't suck. Bye.